Hello, myself Sunil R Nair, and here basically we are discussing about two departments. One is the World Bank and another is the Currency Department. One person told that, yeah, who is actually handling whom basically? Currency Department is handling the World Bank or World Bank is handling the Currency Department? That actually question basically was very dangerous actually. So for that basically few discussion basically one of the person told that basically we will discuss few discussion basically. Then basically he told that basically what is the responsibility of currency department. He told that basically the new currencies basically need to print and old currencies. One person told actually literally asked the question basically. For example, the few set of currency actually got damaged basically. So that currency gets reprints basically or they basically never gets reprints. If it reprints basically, then what is the impact going to happen basically? The question basically was actually very dangerous. So that basically we will discuss later on basically. So currently basically the topic is current currencies department handles World Banks or basically the World Bank is handling the currency department. So currency department best example is the American one person basically done the investment in the India basically in any of the state basically he liked. So he told that basically I want to do this much investment basically. Then he told okay basically do the investment. Okay, do the investment. So he done the investment and government says that whatever investment basically has done that should be clear. So banks basically can't keep the track that how many basically currencies basically has been invested. So that basically the currency how many rupees basically has been invested. So currency department says that basically we will take care of the things basically because banks basically say that basically we can't basically take the responsibility of this basically because we can take the transactions basically that how many transactions basically are there, how many transactions basically came, how many transactions basically done, how many transactions basically done by the other side. Like this each and every transaction basically we can handle basically. But currency basically that is very difficult here basically. Then he told that basically okay basically do one thing basically take give this responsibility to currency department basically. So he told that basically okay basically we will print the whatever for example um, $1 lakh basically investment done. So he converted into the Indian currency and like this basically he printed some amount basically whatever basically $1 lakh basically multiplied by the currency amount currently today is basically. So that much money basically he invested means he printed actually. After printing basically that currency basically was allocated to the certain banks basically. So banks basically told that basically he basically invested the money and like this basically the things basically are there. Then basically one person told that basically World Bank basically is not in the picture basically. Then basically they given one example basically when 5 crore people basically was getting created. Na? Yes. 5 crore human clone basically. That time basically we have allocated as in that this people person basically is from that 5 crore only. So when the 5 crore, when the 5 crore basically people basically was going to create in the human as a human clone, that time basically we have allocated the certain level of money. That money is basically getting rotated. So it's money. This money is basically from there only basically. So now basically we don't have to interfere basically. We basically do periodically audit basically what is the balance sheet of this particular caste according to that basically we give the data to the to the World Health Organization basically and the energy department basically. Then according to that they basically handles the thing basically. That basically negative waves and positive waves both side basically they handle. So they basically handles both sides. So it's very dangerous basically how basically they handles the thing basically. How basically the things basically handles basically. how basically the things are basically getting handled. So one person basically told that basically, do you know basically uh, in the world basically only basically the equipments basically are the bombs and the guns and the AK-57, AK-157, like this basically only police group only basically have na basically they only have the currency, they only basically have the uh, license basically. Then how basically the terrorist gets the data here basically, how basically they gets the AK-47s, AK-57, AK-157. Then he told that basically question basically is you are correct here basically, that basically is the very dangerous topic basically, that basically is the very, so that is also basically police says that basically we handles the city according to the current commissioner of the city basically, he basically have some technique, according to that basically he handles. So same way basically the currency department and World Bank is also there. In currency department basically they say that basically like this basically the currency is going to print, and according to that way basically we are going to set the data basically. Then one person told that basically currency is connected up to what level basically, and World Bank is connected up to what level. Then he told that currencies basically are connected up to, because both basically have boundary, right? Both basically have boundary, because one department basically can't connect to each and every department, but interconnection of each department is there. Interconnection of each department basically is 100% there. So one person told that basically up to what level the currency department basically are moving basically. Then he told that basically that basically is very dangerous question basically actually you have asked. Then he told that basically, do you know basically currency energy is there basically, currency energy. Then he told that what actually is telling here basically, currency energy basically is there. One person told that basically same way World Bank energy is also there basically. So there basically the boundaries are basically drawn. When the currency energy was printed, when the currency energy was designed, that time the boundary was also designed. Same way when the World Bank basically energy was designed, that time the boundary was the World Bank basically also was designed. So that basically is the boundary basically of each and every group basically. Same way basically the Microsoft energy is there, Microsoft matrix is there, basically, which government says that basically 1500 buildings basically you have to handle 1500 buildings basically. So he told that basically yes basically I can handle. So like that, it's like this basically the Microsoft basically also have this level of energy basically. This keeps on increasing basically and decreasing. That basically depends upon the energy basically, which type of energy they creates, which type of energy basically it creates basically. That's periodically. So the periodically basically the currency department energy and World Bank department energy basically is getting audited, and according to that basically the actions basically are taken. So that basically depends upon the boundary basically, you can say. That basically depends upon the boundary which type of energy basically departments have. So one person told that basically currency department energy basically is prepared by which nuclear power company, and World Bank energy is basically prepared by which nuclear power company. So that basically we are going to discuss in the next topic basically, that is the currency department energy boundary and the World Bank department energy boundary. Who basically is defining this basically, the boundary basically, which nuclear power company basically is designing this energy data. In next video basically we are going to see this only basically.